It's a very clear sky morning, but it's really cold outside. I'm also starting to feel a bit sick, so I'm not sure if I want to brave the elements. So I decided to just stay indoors today and paint this beautiful sunrise. Here in Norway, the sun rises and falls so much slower because of how close we are to the North Pole. And that is a great opportunity for me as a painter because that means that the light doesn't move as fast and I still am able to observe all these beautiful colors. And that's what I wanted to capture here today. Not only that, but I also wanted to kind of have a break from very complex subjects that have just lots of shapes. At least in this one, I only had the two shapes, which are the brightness of the sky and the mass of the distant hill. It was a cloudless morning, as you could see in the image, so I actually decided to add something to the painting, and I added a few clouds because I felt like it needed something. And I also decided not to add all the light from these factories or warehouses that you can see there. One of the things that I love most about painting is that you have the ability to just choose what you add or remove from the painting or the scene that you're looking at. You're not a slave to your subject. I mean, even a lot of photographers do the same thing. Now, with technology, you're able to remove or even add things to the picture that weren't there just to make a much more compelling image. I used to be a photographer and I actually was somewhat of a purist, meaning that I did not like adding anything to the picture that wasn't there or removing something that was there. So, I really cringe or dislike when somebody takes the title of a photographer and yet they have manipulated their image to the point where they're adding or removing something. So that's a bit of a pet peeve of mine, but I understand it though. I mean, at the end of the day, photography is just another form of art, and the way that you use the tools is just like using different mediums, just like in water. I mean, blah blah blah. Just like painting with watercolor or oils or acrylic or gouache, whatever. It doesn't really matter how you got the result. What it matters is that you connect with what you're doing instead of focusing on how to get the best result or what is the best medium or something like that. Today's painting took around 8 or 9 minutes. I mean, it's very simple. It's only two shapes, really, and then I just added the clouds. I believe that the most important thing was being able to contrast the piece of land and the sky by making a much darker foreground. So one of the most important things that I had to do was be able to mix very thick paint, and I'm not really good at it, and I'm thinking that I might start painting with like freshly pressed out paint rather than trying to re-wet, because I'm really struggling to get these very thick mixtures and also doing it really fast in case I want to add some sort of effect. So that's some experiment that I might try in the future. But for now, I think that this worked very well and I'm happy with the result. I'm really happy with this little break that I had, but I look forward to what tomorrow will bring.